You know that tingly feeling you get when your hand or foot falls asleep? Well, that's due to a nerve getting compressed, and we can help that with something called nerve mobilization. But these techniques can also help with flexibility and strength. Why aren't more people using this? Beats me. There are some simple and easy exercises we can use to help our nerves function more optimally, and you can do it from just about anywhere. So let's dive in to the transformative technique of neural flossing, a game changer for anyone looking to, yes, relieve nerve-related discomfort, but also possibly unlock a new level of movement and flexibility. Imagine your nerves as threads running through your body. Sometimes they get caught or compressed by the surrounding tissues. Neural flossing just mobilizes these threads, enhancing their movement and their function. As you might imagine, this will improve the movement of nerves within the body. And of course, it's beneficial for anyone experiencing nerve-related discomfort, such as tingling, numbness, or pain that could be caused by a nerve entrapment or compression. But you don't need to be experiencing one of those symptoms to have a nerve that's possibly not functioning optimally, and thus taking away from your greatest potential for range of motion and your strength and even your balance and coordination. So if you want to give it a try with me in this video, first we have to recognize that everyone is different. So you may have really great results, you may have kind of okay results, and you may not have any change at all. So we'll be starting by testing our baseline to see where we're at before we do the nerve glide. And so for this first nerve, see how your ankle dorsiflexion is. So this may look like if you struggle to keep your heels down in downward facing dog or in a squat, or if you're experiencing some kind of ankle pain, then this is especially for you. So you can sit in a chair or on the floor, and the leg that you want to work on, have that towards straight. So it's okay if your knee is bent a little bit. And then point your toe away from your face and turn the sole of your foot in. So as if you're trying to get your big toe closer to your face and your little toe away from your face. Then you may already start to feel a little bit of a tension feeling, a tightness, a stretch. But if you want a little bit more, think about leaning forward by pressing your belly forward and getting your sit bone away from your heel. And then you're gonna hopefully start feeling a little bit more tension between your heel, and then you may start to feel more sensation building along the back of your leg down to the outside of your ankle. And then if you want a little bit more, you can bring your chin to your chest. We're always looking for only about 30% sensation. So 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100. Gentle is the name of the game when it comes to nerves. Now, in order to floss it, what we can do is gently bend and straighten the knee, or bring the chin towards the chest and then away from the chest. Or we could floss it at the ankle joint, bringing the sole of the foot back into that E version and then back into the inversion where the big toe is pulling towards you. Then retest that squat or whatever you did before and notice if it's helped. Here's the cool thing though. That movement, it fits so nicely into a yoga practice. I personally love bringing these neural flosses into yoga because when we're practicing yoga, we're generally in a more mindful state. We're paying attention. And we've set up this nice calm environment. We're breathing through our nose. Everything's all good and zen, hopefully, which is great for anything related to the nervous system. But can you see how if we just put our foot in that funny position in, say, a half monkey pose, or in any seated forward fold, or you could get fancy and do it in a Padangustasana, and downward facing dog works too. The possibilities are, well, they're not endless, but there's a lot of them. And I want to show you some more nerves, but first, let's dive into understanding some important things about neural flossing. As mentioned, these exercises are designed to gently glide the nerves through the tissues, aiming to release nerve entrapments and improve their mobility. Unlike stretching muscles or tendons, neural flossing directly targets the nervous system, promoting a sliding movement of the nerves relative to the surrounding tissues. So this can alleviate tension and discomfort associated with a compressed nerve, and that enhances the body's overall neural dynamics. And this is because your brain is able to communicate better with your body. That's because these nerves are responsible for carrying information between your body and your brain. So if they're not happy, your brain's not happy. And if your brain's not happy, then you're not going to be moving or feeling as great as you could. And the benefits of neural flossing are manifold. Firstly, it relieves nerve-related discomfort, as I've mentioned. By mobilizing these nerves that may be trapped or compressed, neural flossing can alleviate symptoms of pain, tingling, numbness, things like that. But secondly, what I think is the coolest is it can improve flexibility and range of motion. Perhaps you experienced that yourself already with the ankle mobility. And this comes down to the fact that a lot of people don't know this, but a huge amount of your flexibility is down to how safe your brain feels in that range of motion. So by improving the connection between your brain and body, you're basically telling your brain like, hey, it's totally cool. We can go deeper into this stretch. Third, neural flossing enhances neuromuscular coordination. Put simply, again, it's improving the communication between the nerves and muscles so that it doesn't only impact flexibility, but it can result in smoother, more coordinated movements. So going back to that ankle that we worked on, maybe if you're trying to make a circle, but it's just more like a rectangle, then helping that nerve can help the information going from your brain to say circle, get to your ankle for smoother movements. And listen, this doesn't have to be done intensely, right? As we saw earlier, 10 to 20 seconds is plenty. Doing this like a couple times a day is plenty. Lastly though, it prevents nerve damage. Maintaining your nerve's glidability, is that a word? Can prevent potential nerve damage in the future from prolonged compression or entrapment. Integrating neural flossing into your movement repertoire, especially within your yoga practice, can offer some really big benefits. Now, as we move through these exercises, remember that the key is gentleness. Nerves respond best to slow, deliberate movements. So let's try another nerve, and this is great for reducing tension in the upper traps and neck. Pretty sure everybody needs this one. So first, let's test the baseline. See how things are feeling there. How well can you move your head? How tight do you feel in your upper traps and neck? And then, pressing your shoulders down away from the ears will work on the left side, so take your right ear to your right shoulder. Make sure that left shoulder doesn't want to pop up. Keep it pressing down. Then just rotate your head like you're gonna look down. You're trying to maybe catch a glimpse of your armpit. And then maybe you want to like get a better look at your armpit, so you press your chin forward like a little chicken. And then you're like, doesn't look so good. Ugh, let me pull my head away. And then you're just pushing your chin forward and back like a little chicken. And you may feel a gentle sensation along the left side of the neck. So just breathing gently, not going any further than about a 3 out of 10 sensation. And the name of the game with all nerve glides is gentle. Let's do the other side. Shoulders stay down, left ear goes to the left shoulder, rotate your chin down, and then press your chin forward and back. And breath is the essence of yoga. It plays a crucial role in neural flossing. By focusing on your breath now as you do this, you can facilitate the gentle gliding of nerves, ensuring each movement is both intentional and nurturing. So let your breath guide you through each movement. Perhaps you create a kind of rhythm, letting that soothe your nervous system. So, finishing that little nerve glide up, notice if you feel better now. If some tension has been released, maybe you feel like you can move your head a little bit more smoothly. Now, often whenever I talk about this nerve flossing thing, people go, oh my gosh, I've been flossing my nerves in my yoga practice and I didn't even realize it. Yes, because a lot of yoga poses do actually target nerves and pull them quite tight. Downward facing dog is a great example because it tensions the sciatic nerve, which is why I love bringing the flossing technique into downward facing dog. And so what I mean is, instead of pulling that nerve really tight from where it originates really in your spinal cord all the way down to the bottom of your foot, which is what often may happen in downward facing dog, by mobilizing at the ankle, the knee, the hip, or even the head, you're gently mobilizing that nerve at one place at a time. Because the sciatic nerve runs down from the spinal cord, down the back of the leg, and then one major branch of it goes around the heel and into the bottom of the foot, we can gently floss that nerve, pulling it through the tissues in one spot at a time by lifting and lowering the heels, bending and straightening the knees, and doing a little cat-cow movement of the pelvis, as well as bringing the chin to the chest and back away from the chest. Incorporating these nerve-specific exercises into your routine can be hugely beneficial. I like to think of it this way. By adding these little movements in the joints, we're not going to irritate the nerve by pulling it super taut. Instead, we're helping the nerve, promoting flexibility and relief where it's needed most. Practicing mindfulness is key. Neural flossing, like yoga, is a dialogue with your body. Pay attention to the signals it sends you. If you encounter discomfort or pain, remember that's a sign to pause and reassess. The goal is healing and harmony, not pushing to your limits. Integrating neural flossing into your yoga practice is a journey of discovery, one that offers profound benefits for your nerve health and overall well-being. Embrace these techniques with gentleness and consistency, and watch as your practice transforms, bringing ease and fluidity to your movement. And if you're wondering how to differentiate between targeting a nerve and when it's a muscle, consider this. If you bring your hand out away from you, like you're saying, stop to all the negative thoughts, fingers pointing up, press your shoulder down, you may already feel a sensation all through the arm and into the hand and even fingers. And if that sensation increases as you bring the head away from that hand, that's a good sign that's a nerve, because there's no muscles that connect your head to your hand. So a useful tip is that if you're moving a different joint and that alters a sensation way far away from that joint, then you could be doing some really good, cool stuff for your body, because that's probably a nerve, but go easy. Just as flossing your teeth vigorously isn't going to help get the job done better, more is not better with nerve flossing. A few seconds, keeping the sensation to a minimum, is what your brain loves. For more tips and guides on integrating wellness into your life, don't forget to subscribe. And if you've experienced the benefits of neural flossing, leave a comment. I'd love to hear about it. If you're a yoga teacher and you want to learn way more nerves and lots of different techniques for mobilizing them, then consider joining my yoga teacher training, where I teach, I think, 14 different nerves, and not just flossing. But also, if you're looking for more ways to bring these nerve mobilization techniques just into your yoga practice, check out my classes on Move with Adell. That's my membership site where I integrate these techniques to help towards specific postures such as splits, arm balances, handstands, back bends, you name it. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave a comment down below. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you in the next video.